Hi, I'm Michele Mele. Come and join me in the kitchen and we'll cook some food and sing some songs and have a wonderful time. We're going to make my grandmother's pastry. So this is top secret, but I'm sharing it with the universe. So it's, she gave me this bowl, so we're going to make it in this bowl as well. She was born a nice Jewish girl, but I better tell you it's not kosher because she uses tender flake. We start with 2 cups of flour, this much sugar, pinch of salt. These are Nan words, right? Because these are from the late 1920s. Pinch of salt, dash of baking powder. So this is a dash. You have to use this end. That's a dash. Boop. Now, 2/3 of a cup of tender flake because that makes a better crust, according to my grandmother. So I'm just going by the rules. So we're cutting up the lard, and then we're going to use a pastry cutter and just chop it in gently. So we want to work this until the lard is broken up into little bits the size of peas, because you want to keep some of the pieces chunky because that's what makes the pastry flaky. Half a cup of milk. That was an egg, in case you didn't know. And this is a little bit of vanilla, teaspoon of vanilla. That's another sound of our grandmothers. I guess we relate a lot of things to sound, which is why I'm in music. Okay, then we're going to pour this right in. We're mixing all this in. You see how it nicely just grabs all the flour in from the side, and then you need a little more. You never pour everything all in at once because you don't know how much you're going to. That's kind of a life lesson, isn't it? But sometimes we can do it in one form of life, and in other forms of life we just jump right in and give everything all at once, and whatever happens, happens. So here we have a lovely ball of pastry, and we're going to put that in the fridge for 1 hour, and then we will come back momentarily. Cutting up the last bit of rhubarb, 2 packs of strawberries, and the rhubarb, 4 stalks of rhubarb, and 1/3 of a cup of sugar, maybe a little bit more, whatever. And 1/3 of a cup of flour, because the strawberries get pretty runny. So we want to put a bit of flour in just so that it doesn't run all over the place. A bit of lemon juice, and I think vanilla adds a kind of warmth. I don't know, a little bit of vanilla, just a bit. Mix that up gently. Grease and flour your pans, and then nothing sticks. Okay, and then we divide it in half, and then flatten it out, and then put a bit of flour on the rolling pin. We want to keep the dough moving and keep it cool. So you don't press hard with the rolling pin. You just do it gently, lovingly. That's the key for everything. So then we fold it in half, put it in the pie plate, and the oven is on, depending on your oven, 450, 425. That's where the oven should be. Then we put our filling in. If it's a shallow pan, or if the fruit seems quite moist and wet, then you don't have to put a lid on it. You can just make a pretty lattice and roll that out and cut it into little strips. And this is going to be the top of the pie. Now we fold it in half, and then just make little slices here so that the pie can breathe while it's cooking. And We put it halfway, see, pinching. And then you pinch around, make sure everything's in. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Because especially strawberry rhubarb, it leaks a lot. So I like to cut off around. Remember Snow White when she's in the forest with the dwarves? La, 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 la. And now we're going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar on top. And now we put it in the oven. Done. And the ratio is 40-1. So if your pot is this big, 39, 38, 37, 36, 35, 35, 20, 29, 20, 40. You'll have this much maple syrup. Yay! Depending on your flour, we put 1 egg per person. Let's try 3 and see what happens.